The Samsung Galaxy S25 series is just around the corner, and while fans eagerly anticipate the launch, these phones are facing a major hurdle: Apple. The rivalry between Samsung and Apple has always been intense, but this time the challenge is all about cost. Samsung seems to be banking on an unexpected strategy, relying on Apple to raise the prices of its next iPhone lineup. Here's the story. During a guest lecture, a senior researcher from Samsung Securities Research Center revealed that the company found Apple's decision to keep the iPhone 16 prices unchanged rather surprising. The revelation came via Jukanlos Reeve on X, and it seems Samsung was betting on Apple to increase prices with the iPhone 16 lineup. Instead, Apple held its ground, keeping the cost the same as the previous iPhone 15 series. This misstep in Samsung's pricing expectations could have far-reaching consequences. The researcher further mentioned that Samsung now expects Apple to increase prices for the iPhone 17 series. If that happens, Samsung could have an opportunity to make its Galaxy S25 lineup look like a better value in comparison. But why is this so critical for Samsung? For starters, the Galaxy S24 lineup has already been criticized for being more expensive than Apple's iPhone 16 models. And now, reports suggest that Qualcomm is planning a significant price hike for its upcoming Snapdragon 8 Elite 2 chipset. Since Samsung relies heavily on Snapdragon processors for its flagship devices, this move could drive Galaxy phone prices even higher. Samsung has a few options to counter this. One possibility is increasing its reliance on its in-house Exynos processors. However, Exynos production has faced challenges in yield quality, making it difficult for Samsung to fully commit to this route. Alternatively, the company could explore using MediaTek chipsets or opt for less expensive components like downgraded displays or cameras. But would Samsung users accept these compromises in flagship devices? One of the reasons Galaxy phones often come with higher price tags is their superior hardware. For instance, storage and RAM listings for the Galaxy S25 series reveal that Samsung is reintroducing 16 gigabytes of RAM. This is a significant upgrade that will appeal to power users but also adds to the overall cost of production. Galaxy phones are also known for larger batteries and high-end camera systems. While these specs make them appealing to tech enthusiasts, they inevitably make the devices more expensive compared to Apple's offerings. Even if Samsung manages to keep the Galaxy S26 lineup at the same price as the S25, it may still struggle to match the pricing of rival devices unless those competitors also raise their prices. Apple's decision to hold steady on iPhone 16 prices might seem like a win for consumers, but it has left Samsung in a difficult position. If Apple had increased prices, it would have provided Samsung with more room to justify the cost of its Galaxy phones, in parity with Apple, while delivering the high-end features its customers expect. Whether that involves refining Exynos production, exploring alternative components, or rethinking its pricing strategy, Samsung has some tough decisions to make. The competition between Samsung and Apple is as fierce as ever, and the pricing war is just one aspect of this ongoing battle. With the Galaxy S25 series set to launch soon, Samsung is betting big on Apple's next move. Will the iPhone 17's potential price hike help Samsung bridge the gap, or will the Galaxy phones remain a pricier option in the eyes of consumers? The coming months will reveal how these strategies unfold, but one thing is certain: Samsung needs to strike the right balance between cost and value to stay ahead in the game. Samsung's Galaxy S25 series is shaping up to be a significant step forward in mobile technology, with a host of exciting upgrades and design tweaks. But there's one key detail that has been missing from the conversation. Until now, the price. Reports suggest that these new flagship devices could see a slight price increase, raising an important question for buyers: how costly is too costly? But why is that happening, and how much more will you have to pay for these next-gen smartphones? Stick around and let's dive into all the details. Before we get into the price increase speculation, let's quickly recap the pricing for the Galaxy S24 series when it launched earlier this year. The 6.2-inch Galaxy S24 started at $799.99 for the 128GB model, with the 256GB version priced at $859.99. The 6.7-inch Galaxy S24 Plus started at $999.99 for the 256GB variant, with the 512GB model going for $1,119.99. The 6.8-inch Galaxy S24 Ultra started at $1,299.99 for the 256GB variant, with the 512GB option priced at $1,419.99. Now keep those numbers in mind as we move into the potential price increase for the Galaxy S25 series. So what's behind this slight price increase? According to sources from Yonhap News in Korea, two main factors are at play here. One, rising exchange rates. As strange as it might sound, the exchange rate between the South Korean won and the US dollar is one of the key drivers of the potential price hike. The won has been under pressure for much of this year, meaning Samsung will have to pay more for the same components imported from other countries, like the US. This could affect the overall cost of production and, inevitably, retail prices. 2. The Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset. The second factor is the Snapdragon 8 Elite processor. Samsung is expected to use this new powerful chipset in all Galaxy S25 models globally, including the S25, S25 Plus, and S25 Ultra. Qualcomm, the maker of this chip, is reportedly raising the price of the Snapdragon 8 Elite, and that's likely to increase production costs for Samsung as well. As we know, higher component costs often lead to higher retail prices. Now, here's where things get tricky. It's not clear exactly how much the price of the Galaxy S25 series will increase, but based on what we've seen in the past, it's safe to assume there will be a price hike. Here's my best guess for the new pricing. 6.2-inch Galaxy S25, likely to start at $849.99 for the 128GB version, with the 256GB model priced at $899.99. 6.7-inch Galaxy S25 Plus. Expect to see prices starting at $1,049.99 for the 256GB variant and $1,159.99 for the 512GB version. 6.8-inch Galaxy S25 Ultra. This could start at around $1,349.99 for the 256GB model, with the 512GB version pushing up to $1,499.99. I know these prices might seem a bit hard to swallow, especially if you're eyeing the high-end S25 Ultra. But here's the thing. Along with the price increase, you're also getting upgrades in RAM and storage. For instance, the S25 Ultra may come with 16GB of RAM in its 512GB version, making it a powerhouse for those looking to multitask and game at the highest levels. One of the most highly anticipated models of the S25 family, the Galaxy S25 Slim, isn't mentioned in the latest reports, but it's expected to arrive a few months after the S25, S25 Plus, and S25 Ultra. The Slim model will likely come with a thinner design, a removal of the stylus, the S Pen, and top-of-the-line camera specs. But here's the catch. The S25 Slim is likely going to cost a small fortune. If you were hoping for a price below $1,200, you might want to reconsider. Given the rumored specifications and high-end features, it's expected to be priced similarly to the S25 Ultra, if not higher. Now, this next part might seem a little unexpected, but there's actually a connection between South Korea's political situation and the potential price hike. On December 3, 2024, South Korea experienced a brief martial law, which has put more pressure on the won. This has led to a drop in the value of the won against the US dollar, making imports more expensive. And since Samsung imports a lot of its components, this situation could result in even higher prices for the Galaxy S25 series, especially in South Korea. Reports suggest that Snapdragon 8 Elite chipsets from Qualcomm are also more expensive, which means Samsung will have to raise prices to cover the added cost. We could see the price of the S25 series increase by 100,000 to 150,000 Korean won, around $70 to $100 in South Korea. This increase may also affect other markets, particularly where the currency is weak against the dollar. What do you think about the potential price hikes? Are you still planning to pick up one of the new Galaxy S25 devices, or will the increased cost make you reconsider? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on the Galaxy S25 and other tech news.